represent the people of the country, to wear the flag on your back is really special.
It's quite the honor. Being able to go out there and have USA on your back is something that everybody dreams of.
The way you really appreciate it is through other people, because that's who we represent and that's what we do it for.
Generally during the Olympics, everybody is just one, and I think being part of that, especially with the red, white, and blue, is something that is supremely awesome.
The entire scope of my curling life kind of hit just all at once.
Hello everyone, I'm Jennifer Austin. This is the Golden Redemption. From South Korea to Duluth, over the next half hour, we'll bring you one of the greatest Olympic comeback stories in U.S. Olympic history. The first ever U.S. men's curling gold medal win landed the team on late night television and a chance to ring the opening bell on Wall Street. But probably the most important thing, the excitement the win brought to the team's biggest fans here at home.
Back home at last. On Minnesota soil.
It's hard to prepare for something like this. I mean, this is my hometown. I was born and raised here.
Family, friends, and fans gathering at the Duluth International Airport to welcome home the USA men's curling team following a full day of travel hot off their Olympic win in South Korea.
We are so happy for the team.
Team Shuster, 4 Minnesotans and 1 Wisconsinite.
We love them. We know them all dearly. They work so hard. We are so proud of them.
These are my loved ones everywhere I can see. Yeah, it's a little overwhelming right now.
Hugs, autographs, and pictures with these hometown Olympians.
It took a couple of days really for it to really start sinking in. I mean, something like the Olympic gold medal, it's just something that's so far out there in your dreams that you can't even imagine that it's true when it happens. And I know I slept with this thing 6 inches from my head the first night because I wanted to wake up right away to make sure it was still there as soon as humanly possible.
We were all in shock, because Sweden is an excellent team, but I have to admit I almost didn't see that happening,
A come-from-behind victory heard around the world.
We always knew that we had something special, and we thought that we had it in us to get up on a podium and maybe even on top of a podium and to do it on the biggest stage against the best competition in the world. In the fashion we did it was, just epic.
I think it's getting to the point now where it's pretty safe to assume that this is real, and I hope we never wake up if it's not.
The whole time, from the time we won our medals, we just kind of ran around and did media and got to talk about a lot of the the emotions that were part of Team USA and that kind of stuff. But I think stuff really gets real when you get to share it with the people that you feel like help you got to where our team got to.
People like Shuster family friend Sarah Turner.
It's just incredible for him to show the world what he can do after everything that he's been through, and just prove to the world that he's totally worth it and that he's golden and that he can do this and that he did it. And we are so excited for them.
The jet-lagged curlers' arrival in Duluth was just the beginning of the celebrations for the gold medal winners.
You talked about the team and the togetherness. What was it like to be representing USA and winning that gold medal in South Korea?
Well, just representing USA, period, is, it's an amazing thing to do.
24 hours after their arrival home, the city of Duluth honored the curlers along with other area Olympians during a celebration at the Duluth Entertainment and Convention Center.
I think for all of us here, it's how you won. It's that you won with class and grace and persistence. It's that you won by working hard, by digging deep, by sticking together, by remembering who you are, by pushing against the odds. And it is a beautiful, amazing story. And for me, the Twin Ports in Duluth, sometimes we get underestimated, but we always over-deliver.
We've been fortunate enough to do it at multiple World Championship events too, but doing it at the Olympics is totally different. And just being up there with all those other fantastic athletes, and the world's watching. When we're playing at Worlds, we're playing in front of curling crowds. When we play at the Olympics, it's in front of everybody. And a lot of those people are now curling fans, because of this. And
people were amazed that willing to sit here and sign autographs for 2 hours, but why wouldn't we? We're proud to be living here and be a part of the Northland in Minnesota, and we would never change it for the world.
Duluth Mayor Emily Larson and the Mayor of Superior, Jim Payne, gave Team USA skip John Shuster the keys to both cities. The mayors also signed a proclamation in the team's honor.
Whereas we, as one community, are so proud to welcome home all of our Olympians, including those who won gold medals at the 2018 Olympic Winter Games.
Now, therefore, I, Jim Payne, Mayor of the City of Superior, Wisconsin,
and I, Emily Larson, Mayor of the City of Duluth, Minnesota, do officially proclaim February 27th, 2018 as Gold Medal Day in the Twin Ports.
The honors continued for the team with a chance to ring the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange. Followed by an appearance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
Because we're used to playing in front of like 40 or 50 people. So.
There's more people here right now than we ever see in an audience.
There's more people here.
So you guys should come to our games when we play at home.
Those days are over now. Yeah. And now you guys are superstars.
Lots of excitement and celebration jam-packed into just a few days. But the journey to gold wasn't an easy one. Still to come on the Golden Redemption, the uphill battle, and the turning point for Team USA. Welcome back to the Golden Redemption. The gold medal winning U.S. men's curling team is led by John Shuster. While the entire country is proud of Team Shuster's historic gold medal win, Chisholm has extra reason to smile. That's Shuster's hometown, and as Corey Kaiser found out, they are eager to talk about their hometown hero.
Everybody in Chisholm is so proud of the entire team.
When you drive into Chisholm, the first thing you see is a list of champions. One of them being John Shuster, the skip for the U.S. men's curling team.
He's a credit to curling.
Back when Shuster won the bronze medal in 2006 Olympics, the Iron Range City was beaming with pride. Now that he's a gold medalist,
And it's just great that somebody from our small little town can go and capture a world title and beat the best curlers in the world.
even over 6,000 miles away, fans in Chisholm felt the pure joy Shuster did.
I was really proud. I had tears in my eyes.
It was so exciting. I'm so happy for them. They did awesome. I cried.
It had been trial and error for Shuster the past 12 years.
He had a couple of rough Olympics after that, and he caught a lot of heat.
But he didn't go through it alone. His hometown was there with him.
I was just nervous watching him in the Olympic trials, and I watched every game. I got up at midnight, stayed up until 4 in the morning.
And my gut feeling says gold.
The team, which at one point had dubbed themselves the Rejects, wasn't expected to win.
First of all, everybody had already counted them out.
But that didn't stop them.
I believe it's like Iron Range attitude. You come back, you fight, and you do it. And that's what he did.
Banners dating back to 2002 that recognize all of Shuster's accomplishments hang in the Chisholm Curling Club. And now, one more will be added.
And now John's the world's best curler.
I'm proud to be from Chisholm, and I know he is also.
Now they call this the mirror curl on ice.
Times have changed for Team Shuster. They're now Olympic gold medal winners, but the team suffered tough losses along the way to South Korea.
Vancouver, 2010. Following a bronze medal win 4 years earlier, John Shuster formed a foursome to compete in the Winter Games to a last-place finish. In 2014, Shuster was back on the Olympic stage, this time in Sochi, but finished in 9th place with a 2-7 win-loss record. Shuster's journey had been rocky at best. Then, 2015 rolled around. Shuster created a new rink consisting of John Landsteiner, Matt Hamilton, Tyler George, and Joe Polo.
So we went out, our first season together is not a part of the national team. You know, people are calling us Team Reject.
I'm really proud of the way these guys have handled themselves. John's team came in with a target on their back. They've had a target on their back for 2 years, and they've continued to produce results.
The first couple events we played, we had some success and won some money that could fund the rest of our season. And that year,
the 5 of us.
Under our own funding and scheduling and everything, we won the 2015 national championship.
When that season's over, it was like, let's get back on the ice. I feel like we have some unfinished business.
In 2016, the team was invited back.
They really embraced being on the national team. They took the opportunity of having the access to training, to sports psychology, and to coaching in general, and really made the changes that they needed to make to become world-class athletes.
With the 3-year run that we've had, this being our 4th year now.
We've been the representative at the Worlds in 15, 16, and 17.
Going to 3 World Championships, finishing in the top 5 at each Worlds. We're the only team in the world that's been able to do that from any country.
And it felt like, again, the beginning of something. Like maybe like we were kind of subconsciously re-gearing for, you know, this Olympic year.
It's definitely a mental edge knowing that, you know, we feel like it's our tournament.
There were times at this year's Winter Olympics where the path to gold seemed impossible.
There are a lot of days that you don't know that it's worth it, you know, and I've lost 4 national championship games. One of them was an Olympic trials final.
Shuster's group dropped 4 of their first 6 matches and faced long odds to qualify for the medal round. But they defeated Canada, Great Britain, and Switzerland, 3 of the world's top teams, to advance.
We were thinking, you know, we got to do something a little bit different. Something's got to happen. And then after we lost the game to Norway,
you know, we were sitting at 2-4, playing the best team in the world, and you know, I went into the team room and told the guys, nobody's going to tell us when our tournament's going to stop.
And we have the opportunity to do something special. And you know, if we win out, we might have to play another game for a tiebreaker to get in, but
we decided that from there forward, everyone was going to be the best version of themselves, and they carried that forward to every game, and I've never seen that team play with so much confidence, and you could see it in the other team's faces, so it was pretty neat to see, and just to keep them in their flow was pretty awesome.
We just said, you know, let's go out there and try to have some fun, because we weren't having a whole lot of fun early in the week, and see what happens.
In the semifinals, the U.S. beat Canada, the defending Olympic champion.
Even though we've had pretty good success against them recently, before the Olympics, you know, it's still not an easy task. So the guys just went out and buckled down and had a lot of fun out there and just played at a really high level.
Still to come on the Golden Redemption, the winning play, and the impact the team hopes it has on the sport in the United States. In U.S. Olympic history, nothing tops the events of February 22nd, 1980, the Miracle on Ice, when the U.S. men's hockey team defeated the Soviet Union. But thanks to the U.S. men's curling team, there's now another match to remember, dubbed the Miracle. Its defining moment came in End 8 of the gold medal match against Sweden, when skip John Shuster threw a rock that would put the team up by 5 and into history.
I remember, you know, playing the first 7 ends, and it was a tight game, and we got through the first 6 rocks on our side of that 8th end, and they were starting to pile up.
During the end, you could tell that Sweden was trying to force us or steal.
Matt and I were talking, and he's going, you know, if Nick misses this just by a little bit either way, we're going to have a shot for 5 or more.
And I told Phil, here's the end. If we're ever going to get him, this is going to be it. Nicholas didn't quite execute on his last one and left us a shot.
John got in the hack, you know, comfortable as all heck to throw it. I was like, all right, John, be the man. You know, you've earned it, here you go.
We made it.
It was wow, holy cow, we just won the Olympics.
I blacked out for about 3 seconds. Then I kind of let one of those, you know, animal screams out too. And I pumped my fist so hard, my arm went numb down to my elbow for like a full end of the game.
The 5-point lead was too much for Sweden to come back. Team Shuster would be in the middle of the podium getting the gold.
When you dream about something from the time, you know, you're old enough to have dreams like that, and then it actually happens, you know, like beyond your wildest expectations. How do you react? You know, what do you say? I kept looking up into the stands, you know, to family and friends, just looking at it with my hands in the air, like as if, you know, to say, like, when am I going to wake up?
Is this real right now? Like, it was just trying to soak it in and really take in the moment.
When we walked back onto the ice for the medal ceremony, And I looked up in the stands, and there were so many flags. You know, they were everywhere, and they're decked out in USA gear and waving their flags, and that building was ours.
Wearing USA on your back, and you know, I've never stood on podium with the American flag on top and with our national anthem at a world stage.
The anticipation of standing behind the podium, for them to call our names was just over the top, and we all locked fingers and hands, and we planned it all out. Left foot first, right foot second, stand up, and that picture is all over the world right now, with our arms in the air, interlocking fingers.
It was absolutely incredible to be standing on a podium and looking at our flag being raised up in the middle above the rest of the other two countries' flags, and having our national anthem playing was pretty incredible.
I saw the national anthem when we were on the podium afterwards, and we were singing, and everybody in the club was singing. And that's the first time I cried, was when I saw everybody in the building that I grew up in, the club I grew up and I was raised in, with their hands over their hearts singing the anthem, just like we were at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I have many tear-jerking moments, but they all come with enormous pride in the work that our team put in, and the sacrifices that we made, and again the sacrifices that my family and close friends have made. That's where for me, I get emotional when I start thinking we'd reap the ultimate benefit of that work. The fact that finished with gold medals around our necks is just extremely satisfying.
I'll stare at this thing for 20 seconds straight, trying to figure out if it's real, if it's going to turn to chocolate or something like that. No matter what happens in curling the rest of my life, I don't have to throw another rock to be happy with what I've done, and to know that we've done something for the sport that's never been done before. That's what you hang your hat on at the end of it.
The gold medal win is putting curling in a place it's never been before, the national spotlight.
Getting back to Detroit is when it's really started to hit. People were, stopping and shaking your hands. You can't even walk through the airport. You walk in with 5 gold medals and people just go nuts. So that's when it starts to sink in.
Team Shuster hopes the attention from the historic win helps shape the sport's future.
I have a feeling curling is going to explode. There's been a lot of people that have really enjoyed watching curling, and with the social media part of it and the great coverage that we've had, I think there's going to be curling clubs popping up all over the place, and I've heard from a lot of places where Learn to Curls are full.
It's going to put curling on the map. People didn't understand it, across the country. They hated on it. It's not a sport, whatever, but I think it's going to put into perspective for some people, how tough it is, and it's going to make the sport grow. Hopefully you're going to see facilities popping up everywhere.
I wouldn't say that we've made it mainstream, but we've brought the game into people's living rooms and their lives and their hearts.
We're not going to know the full extent of what we've done for curling in the U.S. for a while here, but I think it's going to be huge. We got an opportunity to maybe double, triple, quadruple the membership in our country over the next decade. Because of this. And we're going to need more ice around here. It's definitely exciting times for this curling.
We're bringing the whole world into this little community that we have and showing them why we love it the way we do. And by far, that's the best part about everything for me.
And as for the future of Team Shuster,
Beijing 2022.
I wouldn't count us out.
Thank you for joining us for this special look at the U.S. men's curling team's road to Olympic gold. And from all of us here, congratulations to Team Shuster on their golden redemption.